Ravens are going down!
All right, we're taking on the Ravens. We got a video coming up tomorrow, right?
Woo!
This is war. This man's a warrior right here. Steel Studio, baby.
Let's go!
Hello, welcome to the Steel Studio. This is Rick Mooney, and I am going to open this celebratory Icy Light. This is brought to you by Icy Light. Here we go. Because Steelers have hired an offensive coordinator, and I'm happy about it. I know y'all wanted a young 20-year-old analytics passing expert, but our team is not built for that. I think we can have both with this guy, and I'm excited about it. Arthur Smith, he's from the Atlanta Falcons, but you have to look back and remember he was with the Tennessee Titans when they were one of the top offenses in the league, and I'll show you that here in a little bit here. But was a head coach. Tomlin needs help. Tomlin needs somebody to work with him. And this guy is a head coach. He's a disciplinarian. His dad was a Marine. His dad started FedEx. Arthur's Fred Smith, and guy don't even need to work. He didn't even need to work. He was rich growing up. He could have been rich and sat home, but he loves football and he wanted to coach. He wanted to coach football, and he chose the Steelers over several other teams. And he did that because he loves our culture, he loves our history, and he loves Mike Tomlin, as most people do. So not only is Tomlin getting an extension, but we hired an offensive coordinator and a run-first guy, but he's not just running, as you'll see. A lot of people, that's the misconception. Yeah, they ran a lot in Atlanta, but not as much as you think. And I was concerned because I thought he underutilized his running back Robinson, and I didn't think he got the ball to Pitts enough. But those guys actually got the ball more than you think. The only thing I don't like, I love 11 personnel. We played it forever, but you know what? When you look at the league, he plays a lot of 12 and 13, which we did at the end of the year when we had our winning streak. And the bottom of the league are the teams that like Kansas City and Baltimore and San Francisco. They don't play 11. They're like 28th, 29th, 30th, and 11 personnel. That's 3 receivers on the field, and that's what we did. And they're in a lot of 12 and 13. That's what we're going to do. So even though San Francisco is considered a high flying offense, they're not as much as you think. Three of the 4 teams that were in the final 4 for the NFL all were top 6 in rushing. The Chiefs weren't, but in the playoffs they ran a lot. And Baltimore was number 1. I think Detroit was 3, Frisco was 4, something like that. So you got to run the football, and that's what we're going to do. We got a 2-headed monster with Najee and Warren, and I think this guy's going to help us a lot. So, Arthur Smith, you recognize him there. If you haven't seen him, I'm excited about him. And here he is. Here he is when he was with the Titans. 16 games with 30 points. 15 games with 400. This is when he was offensive coordinator. Maybe he's a better coordinator than coach. 5th most in points scored, 4th in EPA per play, 2nd in rush per play. Very excited about that. In 2019, they were 3rd in rushing, 10th in scoring, 22nd in rushing, 5th in scoring. And you see Falcons struggled in 21, but they had no cap space. They had lost their quarterback, retired there, and they were in bad shape. And then he brought them back up. A lot of play action. I love that. We need to do that more, whether it's Kenny or Mason or someone else. That's our biggest question mark, of course, right now. We don't know, but I'm happy that we have a coordinator, I think, that can figure out which quarterback is the best, whether it's Kenny, Mason, we bring somebody in and we draft one, which I'd love to do all 3 things. This guy should be able to tell who the best quarterback is. A lot of 2 tight end sets, and it's not just blocking. They throw to the tight ends. That's another misconception. I had another stat that I had. I don't know what I did with it. But both Pitts and their other tight end had over 50 catches this year. So that's a misconception to think that they don't throw to the tight end. They do. Drake London, look at that, 117, 10 targets the last 2 years. That's more than Nico Collins, Brandon Ayuk. Kyle Pitts had the same number of targets as George Kittle. There you go. Very strange to say that anyone was underutilized in Atlanta. So that's a great post there. Um, so let's watch this video here. Let's see some of this action. I have the defense on there if they are. Yeah, there's some defensive things. I'll just talk during that, and then we'll watch the offense. But Rooney, we want to run the football. That's what we do best. That's what we're going to do, and we have the big physical line, and we're going to add to that in this draft, I believe. And here you go, play action. Look at this, throwing the ball. This was Tannehill, who's not great, but he had a great year under Arthur Smith. So now we got to watch the other team. Anyway, I'm excited about the play action. I'm excited about the throwing in the middle of the field. He does a lot. That's what we're missing. We're not going to not throw to Pickens and Deontay. And I'm just excited about the fact that we have a guy that was a head coach too. I think that's important to have someone experienced like that. And it's just, here we go. Let's watch this. Play action, boom. And you know what they did with the running game? They with Derrick Henry, they were maniacs with the running game. Maniacs. We can do the same. Here we go. We get down there. What are we going to do? We're going to probably get a fullback back, and we're going to run the football. We're going to be a little bit more like San Francisco in that regard. Here we go. Play action. Boom. Look at this. Boom. Because of the running game, guys are wide open. When have we seen that? So hopefully we'll do that more. We'll scheme receivers open better than we have. And again, down the goal line, you can't stop it. You cannot stop it. You cannot stop it. And that's what's going to happen with our two-headed monster. I'm sure he's excited about the talent we have. It's something that they didn't have in Atlanta, and they had a little bit of it in Tennessee. Here's when they whooped the Bills' ass that year. But I expect us to draft a tackle, maybe even another receiver, maybe a good. We're definitely going to get a beast center. But here he is again. Boom! Look at that. So very excited about that. Very excited about that. And Rooney came out and said that we need better quarterback play, and I agree. We need better quarterback play, and we saw that the last 4 games. Small sample size, but we saw what we could do when we had better quarterback play. And I think that's what we're going to get. And I think Kenny can improve. I'm excited about getting Mason back because I really think we will. Hopefully we will. And, it's just it's a tough time of year because you got to wait through this and wait for the Super Bowl and wait for all this to go through. But this week's True Steeler of the Week, I mention this every week on my Thursday Thoughts, is actually, I haven't put out this week's. I'll put it out tomorrow. But last week's was Ray Mansfield. What a guy he was. He died at 55. Lot of love on that, man. A lot of former players. Go back and look at it. Craig Wolfley, Levon Kirkland, Tim Worley, all these guys. Leon Searcy, they all liked it and commented. They love it. And I love doing the True Steelers. And we do that on our Facebook group, Steel Studio. If you go to the Steel Studio, you can find it. Eventually, I may start doing some True Steeler of the Week videos on here. Thinking about doing that. Tell me what you think about that. Should we do that on YouTube instead of seeing my boring ass talk here? But I mean, he was a great center. He led the way for 10 years. He played in the first 2 Super Bowls. A lot of people don't know that. They thought it was Webby all the way, but Webby was after that. And he was a great center. And he ended up dying at 55, doing what he loved, hiking at the Grand Canyon. He was with his son. He had a heart attack and died. It's kind of sad, but he'll always be a true Steeler. And we want to recognize those people because they define what true Steelers are. And, Omar and Tomlin are down there at the Senior Bowl looking for more true Steelers like we got last year. Some guys that are hardcore Steelers are going to be like Jones and Porter Jr. and Benton. Those are the kind of players we want. It's the kind of football we're going to play. It's what we want to play. We're not a finesse team, and we're going to continue to play that, and we'll be right back getting number 7 real soon. So please subscribe. Follow me on YouTube. Every week I'm trying to do this, and now there might be a few weeks I take off here, but just love you guys, love the appreciation, love the all the love, and love the true Steelers, and go Steelers.